Hello, my fellow Americans and my fellow Nigerians, my fellow human being. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good everything. It is with heavy heart that I'm reporting to you that there was an election in student union at Auchi Polytechnic that resulted to the violence. I don't want to. They said two of the students got married, and according to the news, which I am reporting to you guys at the diaspora, because this kind of news you're not going to learn about it because you're not. You might hear it through somebody like Obi, who was the one that talked about it. But before that, Obi did say something about Nnamdi Kanu being prosecuted for insulting. He said that you can insult me, you can say anything about me that is immoral, fattening. He's still going to be able to take it and run with it. I don't want you to take that with a grain of salt. I want you to know that why you are running for a public office, that's going to be some of the things that you're going to expect at any time T, at any place P. When I was a student union. My school of agriculture, which I attended before I left Nigeria, I had to do a science class 6 months before the actual program because of my rusty educational background. But the good thing about that was that I became grounded with the students to the point where I was a member of the care guides. And my carryability was so strong that I was automatically going to be the president, going to be the chief of the Supreme Command because of my carryability. But the guy who was supposed to be allowing me to come into power, chicken out because himself was given such a privilege as somebody who was an Okoro. So, with giving him that privilege, made him to see that he's not going to put me there because I am seen as an Okoro. And I thought if he does that, they're going to think that he's going to be federalism. But when he did that, the way I carried myself when I told the president, the chief, when I threw my weight behind the chief, made the students to think that I'm selfless, and as such, when the school student union council government fell apart, I was called to ask against my personal wish to run for the presidency of the student union. Okay, same against the personal wish of somebody like Obasanjo when the death of the Murtala Mohammed came into play too. He was against his personal wish, but he did stay there, and he said that it's against my personal wish. But the point I'm making here now is that we are not going to allow this kind of crisis that just happened in LG to go to waste. And directly, just for the first time, you might be seeing, Azimi has been talking about technology. He wants to have, he wants to assemble nuclear scientists. He wants to assemble computer programmers, computer analysts, solar aficionado that was allow us to be able to set a background for where I will be the forefather of the Nigerian airspace in terms of how country like India had a forefather there who was a scientist. That's exactly what Israel was trying to do, was to start killing all the scientists there in Iran. They are afraid that if they are saying that if they do that, they can slow down the nuclear ambitions of Iran. I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to just say that today's episode, welcome everyone, welcome everybody, welcome to my world, welcome to TalkNet. We'll talk to you about you, your hope, your ambitions, and all those things that makes you incredibly special. We are very big on you. We believe that when I was out there today, I find out that riding the public transportation, my driver, when he told me this is the price that I'm supposed to pay, I told him what I want to pay. He could have just told me yes, no, or maybe not. But he started cussing me out, calling me dumb buddy and stuff like that. But it didn't go into my head because, the situation, what he was saying didn't have anything to do with anything. So I just took it and kept going. Only to find out that before, in about a minute or two, he was driving and saw a passenger that he was going to pick up. Then he bypassed the passenger and looked at the front and saw more crowd that he could put in and went to go park in front of them and asked them. And they said, no, we are not passengers. Instead of him to just say, okay, he started cussing them out too, telling them, you guys are not passengers. Who the hell are you guys? Stuff like that. I've seen that pattern of where, even in the political space, which is the area which I'm talking about today, when I'm telling you that the political, there's a vile environment politically, like the way they have it in America, where somebody like somebody went online and started saying that the Puerto Ricans are a basket of both of deplorable. What Trump did was to go and wear some clothes that makes him look like he's a bad garbage collector. That, to me, you are inflaming the situation. That's what Obi is talking about. Obi is saying that we should slow down this vile behavior, threatening, intimidations, and stuff like that. So, like the way things are going, is so that I would like to deploy at least a video a day. But today's video is not going to be, I'm not going to just carry on and on and on and on. I'm going to try to recap it. My recapitulation is that I'm discussing with you, I'm dialoguing with you, we are talking. And you should know too that no matter how much I say I want to make Nigeria work during our lifetime, I also want to be able to have a situation where I personally don't need legacy of big money, greed, like Obi said he's not going to bring his family to come and into his administration. I'm also taking the same oath with you now that if I'm opportune, which you can now see the roadmap that I am, if I put in a woman like Aisha Yusufu, which I said yesterday, she's now becoming a pundit because she was talking about what you call that if we go the current direction we are going, there's going to be what you call an amnesia where people are not going to vote, because if they don't vote, then automatically the current administration will sit be sitting there. He was telling them not to marginalize Obi. So he's a pundit. And I think this kind of woman is qualified to be able to run for the presidency of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. She's qualified that she's from Auchi and area. And I think she should come out and even condemn the death of the Auchi Polytechnic situation. So you are now seeing the pattern. The pattern is I am bringing a woman in. If I bankroll her, which I intend to do through what we call a political action committee, then she will run. If I can't do that, if I do that, I'm not going to take myself away from the play that I'm interested in something that I did not know I was doing it, which is the president of the student union government, or my leadership fundamental, which I already put in a book called Dream Beyond Border, which I think it should be a primary, secondary school, and tertiary institutions. They should read it, and it will turn Nigeria around in less than 2 years, because it will give a new foundation. That's what the B said he was going to do in 4 years. So it's 234-70-3362-7981. It's all about what I call the money, the Azimi Coco, azimikoko5@gmail.com. If you are interested in the 2 episodes that I did a couple of days ago, which is a recapitulation, which is a talent search, because as I found out, everywhere you go in Benin, you always see we are looking for a sales boy or a sales girl. People are putting a lot of effort to go out there to go and recruit. So I am putting my weight behind this thing to recruit and see whether we can create jobs. The current situation where we are now, to call everything off, is that we need to tone down this rhetorics, because a lot of the article I'm reading is very vile, and the way they are writing it, the writers are so big on using curse words that I didn't see that in most of the articles I was reading in the US, but I'm seeing it, and it's kind of getting me. And now we are seeing the after effect, even when Obi says that Nnamdi Kanu should not be jailed because he's using curse word against the administration. The person must have jailed him, must have a small little heart. As a matter of fact, it was kind of crazy because the person was sick in London and he was taking treatment over there. The online commentary made me a little bit uneasy, because the commentary was such that people were just outright pissed off at him. That really got me. They were mad at him because they were saying they were not interested in his recovery, stuff like that. Nor were people who knew when Asiwaju went abroad to go and seek treatment before the election started. The election started in Nigeria. Some people were saying that they hope he doesn't come back, because they think that while he was gone, he didn't even allow a Nigerian doctor to treat him, because he believed that Nigerian doctor would poison him. So on the same trajectory too, I'm saying that this vile treatment is not going to get us anywhere. We're not going to be able to do anything, and we're already in the toilet. Let me stop everything right now, and I'll cut everything off by saying that when I was in the public transportation today, there is a young man that always yak around with me when I'm in the bus stop in the Central Park. I wasn't in his bus. I was in the bus that was going to take me to where I was going to go to, which was going to be the passport of Boba Hill. in and yak around with us. He was yakking around with me. We were able to come to the conclusion that I'm glad that Asiwaju did not play into the hands of Trump, because Atiku himself, during his last election, Atiku was staying in Trump's villa in Washington, D.C., which means he is in the belly of the beast. He's in the mind of the white people. He doesn't believe in Nigerians. He's a racist bigot, just like the other guys, white supremacists. He's an Arab supremacist, because that's where he stays at Dubai. I'm sorry. I had to apologize. Allegedly, I'm saying all this, but I'm not saying it to hurt him. I'm just saying this is the way it is. So I'm calling everything off by saying that there's no way you can discuss politics without being able to be negative. That's the point I'm making. But that's what you are discussing now. Negativity. Make sure that it does not go too far to the left, that is even left Nigeria. Because we are already, like I said there, as I was in the bus stop, the guy was yakking with me. Then the woman, then we end up saying, we're glad he did not go in, and he went to Brazil and he's doing the Brazil, Russia, the BRICS thing. He want Nigeria to go to that direction. But as I was telling him, he didn't give up. I personally told the guy that Nigeria is going backward instead of going forward. The woman behind me quickly made a contribution and said that they're not just going backward, but they're going to fall off the grid. They're going to fall off into a big toilet. So the consensus is there. And there was another woman that was that I read about here today, was saying that he went to overseas, and anywhere he goes, people are always asking him, do you know Obi? He went to that place like Kenya. And when he went to London, they were also asking him, whether do you know Obi? So the reason they are saying it is because I am personally campaigning for Obi, because I believe that if this country is going to work, we need somebody like that. And I'm also campaigning for myself now that I will be running for office, even though I am going to be positioning a woman. Oh me, oh me, oh me, oh me, oh. Thank you all for coming in to come and listen to me. I wasn't going to shoot today because I did walk from Ring Road, inside Ring Road, when I dropped at I think it's Baba Street there, where Goba Hill would drop me, and I walked from there to Ekemwan. I walked to Sidoko Road, where I was going to have a meeting with somebody, and I couldn't really be able to see the person because I didn't tell them I was coming. So I was going to meet another kid there because I wanted to start my talent set where I could train that boy. As I was coming out, I had to walk again to Hackman, to Zebu, before I started taking the bus. So I'm going to walk about 6 or 7 miles. So I was tired, and I wanted to crash out, but I said let me pull this off. Oh me, oh me, oh. Thank you, guys. Thank you.